Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 3rd of February, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar index. We've got a lot of red on the screen today, so that's quite interesting. So we start by looking at the dollar index, pulling back to just to the top of the cloud. So that's not unusual. That's the weekly chart. We've broken through. We've come back to test the cloud, and we are still above the cloud, very much on that long-term chart. Medium-term trend is bullish, short-term trend is bearish. We do have a little downside target here, not yet activated, but the fact that we've got these trends up is quite powerful. Looking at the euro, we're looking weaker there below the cloud, so that's quite key as well. And if we look at sterling, we're sitting at 135.60, just down slightly against the dollar, and against the euro, we're actually above that 120 level again, so back above the cloud there. Euro weakness, dollar strength, sterling sitting somewhere in the middle. That's really the scenario that we're seeing. Bitcoin is sitting at $36,500, just can't get back into the 40s. It got as high as 39,000 on Monday, but just really on Tuesday, just struggling to get back above that level. So we're short-term bearish, got a downside target to play for. We just got a little bit of a seesaw. Noticed last time we had that fall, it took a little bit of time to put that bottom in, and that's maybe what's going to happen here. The S&P 500 index was up 1%, but prepare for falls today. The NASDAQ was actually up as well, but we're seeing the futures down 1% on the S&P and 2% on the NASDAQ. And the big story is Facebook. They're down 20% in pre-market. And are we surprised? No, we're not. We were actually bearish on Facebook in our global report out to our professional clients. And if we look at this platform, it's called Meta now, of course. We see these downside targets, 19.5%, 21%. We're down 20% in pre-market. We're going straight to those targets. No big surprises there. That's what happens when you get the targets, and we made that call just by looking at those downside targets. So expect to see that today. That's going to weigh heavily on tech stocks generally, and so we're expecting falls in the market. That means the VIX volatility is back above 20, so the fear index is climbing again. Will we see a climb to a higher high and put in a higher low? That's what we have to ask ourselves. With the FTSE future down slightly, the DAX in Germany down 0.5%. All eyes, of course, on the US when we open. Japan down 0.8%. And we have now got the Hang Seng opening, so that's quite key. We're still closed for Chinese New Year there. So looking at the S&P, it's the Sensex down 1.4%, so we've taken fright in India. The Aussie market was down slightly. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute. Gold holding the $1,800 level just. We're down slightly today, and we're looking at the bond yields. The 10-year bond yield is actually up 0.4%. But just watch tech stocks today. They're going to have an interesting day. Looking at the energy mix, we've got Brent crude down just under 1%. We were neutral out to clients this morning, but we are in this range between 88 and 92, so that's what we've just got to watch there. We have made that new high, but we might pull back to that level. WTI, it's 85. We might well pull back to that low just to confirm the breakout. US nat gas down 5%. It was up 10% yesterday. We called it bullish yesterday. We're neutral today. So we are seeing that downside, just reacting to that. Looking at the emissions price, we jumped yesterday, very much as predicted. Today we're just pulling back slightly, but the fact is we've got a lot of new upside targets in place. Gas prices up slightly, very much stuck in a range at the moment. Looks like we put in a low there at around 75 on TTF, and MBP similar, keeping on the targets. We put the report out to clients this morning, and German power is up 0.8%, so it's holding that support level on the cloud. Need to hold the 130 mark. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.